What's up, guys? I'm BTC. Welcome back to the Mindcrack server. I'm over by the Guardian Farm nether portal, as you can see by the prismarine bricks, and there's a lot of mob drops here. That's because I remembered that there was a portal that I originally made underneath the Guardian Farm. So it was like way down, kind of near bedrock. And every now and again, when I would come through this portal, I would be surprised by either zombies or skeletons. On a couple of occasions, there was creepers that blew up. I've had to fix this portal at least twice. But I went and destroyed that portal, so now I shouldn't have that problem, and this one should link only to the one that's in the Guardian Farm. So without further delay, let's head in there, and we're going to work on the Guardian Farm. Ready? We're done. Ta-da! I didn't mean to actually do all of this off YouTube recording, but it really wasn't that difficult. Like, I planned on doing some of it, like, oh, we'll do a little step-by-step kind of dealio on the Guardian Farm, but it's actually really, really simple. It only took me a short amount of time during one of my live streams. Like, I started it, and before I knew it, I was almost done. I'm like, well, I might as well just finish it. So let me get up here and I will show you how this thing works. It's very simple. You know, the hardest part of this entire project was just clearing out all the water here. And once that was gone, everything else was just really simple. Like, this took a fraction, a tiny fraction of the time that it did to actually clear the area out. So what I created here is just a little water container. There are source blocks on the top right here. So this block right there is a source block, and all the way around it's a source block. But all the blocks underneath it are not source blocks. They're just downward flowing water. And that's what happens with this farm. Basically, the guardians will spawn, and then the water current pulls them downward. And when they get pulled down, they will fall through the bottom there. See all that? It's all fence gates. So let me head down here real fast, and I'll show you how that works. So the guardians will just fall, and once they hit the fence gates, they just fall all the way through. And then this room right here has water currents that are flowing towards the center. And then we have the signs there that are preventing the water, and all the guardians will just kind of flow right over the edge, and then they hop in. And when they hop in, they will fall into this lava. Because they have downward momentum already, they'll go kind of quickly through the lava. If you just put a mob into lava, like after, you know, a 1-block fall or no block fall whatsoever, then what's going to happen is they're going to try to jump and get out of it and swim, because they treat it just like it's water. Once they're in a liquid, they try to jump and what have you. So you kind of have to have that downward momentum. So once the guardians fall in there, they get set on fire, they take a lot of damage, and then they fall down here. And once they're in here, they're still going to be on fire. Because they've been in the lava for so long, they just stay on fire for a very long time. And it'll just kill them. So let me get a little bit of distance, and you'll be able to see this in action. And once you've seen it in action, then I will show you what I've been getting for mob drops. Now, this thing is not going to generate any, like, massive quantities of items, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't need, like, millions upon millions of prismarine blocks. All I need is enough to finish the Sanctuary of the Clans and some of the nether stuff. So this actually took me, like, no time at all. I'm really surprised how fast I got this done. So there you see, there's some guardians that were spawning, and they're just falling down in there. And then they fall. Oh, look at how many are in there, man. There's a ton of those guys. I went in the cave system down below, and I lit up all the caves. So I didn't get all of it, but I got most of it. And all the zombies and stuff, they won't be spawning anymore. So it's just gonna be the guardians. But look how fast that's going, man. So what I do is, like, I just AFK'd in that right there. And I just went to sleep. And then when I came back this morning, I cleaned out all of the items and stuff like that. But look at how fast that's going. That's going pretty decent. I mean, that guy's, he's trying not to get in there. He's like jumping over. Up, he's in. All right. So once they go down there, then they're going to fall through. I kind of want one to be up there. Hold on. Let's see if we'll get a little bit of distance. We'll wait until one or two fall. I mean, it's not the prettiest thing. I tried to make it a little bit fancy with like the glass and stuff, but I mean, it's not exactly amazing architecture. Okay, nothing wants to spawn. All right, let me go back up real fast. We can head back up, and then once I see a whole bunch of them go down there, we'll jump down real fast. All right. Okay, there should be a whole bunch of them spawning any second now. Come on. Any second now. Any second now. Oh, come on. They were just there. There we go. Okay, so I got one. There we go. There's a bunch of them. All right, so let's get down there. So they're going to fall down here. They go through the lava, as you can see. And then they're on fire for a bit, and then they just die. Now, the entire time that I've had this thing running, only once did one of these guardians not die from the fire. And I don't think it was because the fire ran out. I think it was because I went through the portal, and I think it kind of like messed with the tag that the mob was on fire. I think when I went through the portal, like, it said, okay, the mob's not on fire anymore. And I think that's what happened. So when I came back, there was one in there. Anyway, so we got this stuff right here. But this is what I collected overnight. So I've got all those fish. I've got all of this prismarine shards. I've got all of that. And then I've got all of that. Now, keep in mind, I didn't have any sort of sorting system on this. So when I AFK'd, all I had was the hopper themselves and one double chest. So if I set this up to a sorting system, I could get, like, a ton of stuff. Like, I mean, I think this chest filled up pretty quickly. So that's a lot of stuff. Let's right now, what I'm gonna do, like, look at all these prismarine crystals, man. That's a ton of these. A ton of these. All right, so let's make some of the, what do you call it here? Let's make, I want to make, oh man, dude, we could make like full stacks of lanterns. Look at this. Look at this. Full stacks of lanterns. Hold on. Bam! Look at that. That is nice. We can make another full stack of lanterns as well. Let's do 2 full stacks of lanterns. That is freaking great, man. That is awesome. And bam. Look at that. Look at that. That is great. That is really, really nice. All right. Put those back in there. So this is basically good enough for me. Like, I don't really need any more than that. And I've got a ton of this. I've got a ton of the prismarine shards. So let's take these, and then every now and again I do get some ink sacs. I have quite a few back at my base already from the tree farm place. But look at this. So I can just take, these here. That's not gonna do it. Let's do that, and let's do that. All right, and then we can make the dark prismarine. Bam, there you go. This is gonna take a little bit more materials. Like, the dark prismarine takes a little bit more to make. The shards aren't an issue. The ink sacs are, because, I mean, it's 1 ink sac per dark prismarine block. So that's a little bit tough. I'm gonna have to definitely increase the amount of ink sac production that I've got going. But I think I have that still running at the spawn. So that should be generating ink sacs for me. But, I mean, the rest of the stuff, prismarine, the crystals, I've got tons of it, man. That's freaking great. This is awesome. Oh yeah, so another thing. I put down the slabs here. These are the sandstone slabs, well, most of them anyways. These are the sandstone slabs that I was going to use in the nether, but I decided not to. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just put them over here. Now, I could decorate this a little bit more, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm pretty much good with that. You know what I do need to do, though? I gotta grab a bunch of this. We're gonna grab some of this. Let's get rid of these here. And I think that should be it. I want to put a roof on this. I don't think it needs a roof. I think there's some like weird functionality with the spawning like of these. So if they are like a certain, if they're a certain what do you call it? If the spawning block, the like where the water is a certain height, then there's like an increased chance for failure or something. I don't know. There's like some weird functionality with how the guardians spawn. Like, it's not like other mobs, obviously. They have to be in a specific chunk. There have to be specific circumstances and blah, 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 blah. And I think having it covered up increases the chances of spawning at certain levels. I don't think it's going to affect the height that I have it. So, like, me putting this on here right now, I don't think is actually going to increase the chance or increase the spawns at all. But I kind of want to put the blocks up here anyways. Hold on, let me get over here. Yeah, I want to put these blocks up here anyways because I want to have a roof on this for a couple of reasons. One, I don't want mobs to spawn up here, so I'm going to put like torches and what have you. I mean, I could have just put that on the edge, but you know, whatever. And then it just kind of makes it look a little bit better. And on top of that, I need to tear this down. So if I'm going to tear that down, then I kind of need to have a flooring here, like a roof for this, but I need to have a flooring underneath there. So, like, might as well. You know what I mean? Like, well, I gotta tear down the beacon platform anyways, so I might as well just put a floor underneath it. So that's what we're gonna do. Ooh, that looks a little precarious right there. Well, keep in mind, like, if you fall in that water, it's gonna try to pull you down. That's all downward flowing water. So that's yeah. I mean, I could get out. It's not really a big deal, but it's a little bit worrisome. Like, I'm just waiting for a guardian to spawn and then knock me off. I don't think they can because I'm too close, but because they still can't spawn within a certain number of blocks of you. So I think I'm pretty much good on that. But still, I don't know. I'm waiting. It's like just a matter of time. Like, something's gonna spawn and then try to knock me off. Ooh. Yeah, I was just thinking, I'm like, speaking of, I'm like, I wonder if there's gonna be a skeleton up here or something. Oh yeah, another thing, I went and cleaned up the outside. So, like, the edges of this area right here, like, there was, like, random blocks that was just kind of, like, out and about, and there was, like, little platforms here and there. So I went and cleaned all that up. Hold on, let me do this. I don't want to fall off the edge here. This is gonna go pretty quickly. Okay, there we go. We're good. Oops, oops. We'll get the rest of this pretty quick. Okay. And I suppose I should have some sort of system when I'm putting the torches down, so that way it doesn't look complete garbage, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, no one's gonna see it anyways. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. It, like, with the whole torch thing, so I'm sure many of you, like, some of you probably don't really care. You're just like, whatever, I'm just gonna throw down some torches. And that's usually how I am, but on a finished product, I kind of want to have it so that it looks a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of want it to look nice, but I don't know. I guess it really doesn't matter. If nobody's gonna be up here, if nobody's gonna see it, then who cares? Like, I can just kind of throw them all around like this. It looks like garbage, but all right, whatever. And then I gotta tear this bad boy down. So, but so this is the Guardian farm. It's already up and running. It's pretty good. Oh, you know what? I think I gotta put torches on top of that. Actually, no. I think the portal generates enough light that it's not gonna put mobs up top there. And I probably should make... So, I think next up, I need to make a better little spawning area. So, you can just go up there, and I'll have, like, some pistons or something. So that way, like, the area opens and closes, and or maybe we'll have a door or whatever. Let me put some torches down here. There we go. All right, that should be good. And then the other thing I want to do is I'm going to put in a very simple sorting system. So what it's going to do, I think, hold on, let me try to get, oh, I got to clear that out. Well, let me show you up here. So what it's going to do is all the items are going to be in the hopper. Then the hopper is just going to go into the hopper is just going to go into like a dispenser, and then that dispenser is going to kick all of the items into a water channel. And then there's going to be like a hopper here and a hopper here and a hopper here. And basically what it's going to do is like if this is the fish one, then it'll pick it up and it will send it over to the chest. And then if it's the shard one, it'll pick it up and send it to the chest. And then the last one will be the crystal. It'll pick it up and send it over to the chest. So actually, I only need to make 2 of them. Like, I need to make one for the first one for the second one. The third one doesn't even need something. Oh, actually, no. It would. Because then there's still going to be ink sacs. Every now and again, there's going to be ink sacs. Well, I guess I could probably put those into the same one as the crystals. Because, I mean, the crystals aren't going to fill up anytime soon. Like, those are more rare. So, I guess I could do that. That wouldn't really be a big deal. Whatever. I don't know. We'll figure out something. But it's going to be a pretty simple system. Very, very simple system. So let me... Oh, okay. Let me head down here. Oh, yeah. I was thinking about lighting up underneath here. Like, if you look at this, like, you see these little kind of lighting glitches. That's because there's torches underneath. And I was thinking about doing that for the entire area. I don't know, man. Seems like a lot of work for no real benefit. I mean, it's not really a big deal if... Like, I don't really care about that. I really don't care about that. Also, I think I'm going to leave the walls like that because it looks kind of neat. It looks more kind of like natural, I guess. So I'm going to leave that like that. How many... Okay, so we got a little bit of more stuff while we were just kind of derping around. But anyway, so that's the Guardian farm. Pretty simple. Really, really simple. You just have the downward flowing water. It goes over the fence gates. And then that falls into another room, which kind of funnels them all to the center. Then they fall into lava. Then they fall down, they burn, they die, and all the items go in there. Really simple. Really, really simple. But now this is going to allow me to go full speed ahead on both the Nether project and the Sanctuary of the Clans, which is really good because I wanna get back to the Sanctuary of the Clans. But anyway, so I think that's going to be it for this one. I hope you like it. Again, very, very simple system. If you want to make it yourself, again, just water. And by the way, the size of this really doesn't matter. I mean, you can make it to whatever size you want. Like, it doesn't have to be a very large container like the tank. This is like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's like, what, 18 across? Something like that? It's not a very big mob trap at all. So just source blocks on the top, let it flow down onto the fence gates, fall into another room where everything goes into the center, and then fall into lava, and that's it. So, anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button. Remember, always blame the controller because it's never your fault.